Drama, telling performances and a little bit of history. The Kookaburra Victorian Premier Cricket round had it all and more. We are going to discuss all of that and plenty more today. Hello and welcome to Premier Cricket TV. My name is Megan Hustwaite. Great to have your company with us on KO Sports. Massive show coming up for you and we've got two big guests at the desk. Melbourne Cricket Club captain Teagan Parker, welcome.
Thanks, Megan. Pleasure to be here.
Great to see you. And from the Saints, Adam Crosthwaite, welcome.
Easy, thank you.
Great to have you both here. Now, we are going to crack into some results from the weekend. It was a massive final round in the women's first 11 competition as we take a look at the results there. And Teagan, it was unbelievable what happened and the teams that were able to jump into the final four and secure a finals berth.
Yeah, unbelievable. It's still hard to believe that the teams that were in 5th and 6th have now jumped into 3rd and 4th. So huge weekend of semi-finals coming up.
So there's the ladder for the final home and away round. Teagan's Melbourne top of the ladder, followed by Carlton, Ringwood and Box Hill. Looking forward to the first weekend of finals action this weekend. We'll get to that a little bit later. Let's take a look now at the men's results. 2 rounds to play in the regular season. And Crossy, we've picked a good week to have you on after the Saints win over Paran.
Yeah, thanks, Megs. I think the Saints had a really good win, but there was some great results in that in this week's games of cricket, and I think Geelong getting over Carlton is really starting to shape the top 8.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out over the next couple of weeks. Let's take a look at the men's ladder now. The Saints, top of the tree, followed by Carlton, Melbourne. Casey South Melbourne are making a run in 4th place, followed by Footscray, Richmond, Northcote and Essendon. And Crossy, as we touched on, Geelong, massive game coming up for them this week, and they are trying to get into the final 8.
Yeah, look, it's a really tight bottom of that 8, and I think that it's going to be an exciting last couple of weeks. And Geelong are there pushing, and there's a real logjam. But I think once we get to finals, anyone can win it, and that's what's really exciting about the season.
It is finals this week with Melbourne taking on Box Hill. Teagan, we were just saying before, it's been a long time since Essendon and Maribyrnong Park and Dandenong haven't been part of finals actions, but Melbourne and Box Hill have been mainstays for a while.
Yeah, I think Box Hill's been a part of every final series for as long as I can remember. And as far as I had a look back through my cricket as well. So they're definitely a very tough opposition, and I'm sure that they'll give it all to us this weekend, but it should be a good contest.
What's been the most impressive part of the Demons' form to this point?
Just the whole club success, I think, has been really important for us. The club championship was something that we're really striving to get this year, and to have ticked that off is a massive win for the club and something we're really stoked about.
And you've been able to maintain that winning form while having players represent at high levels, which has been really great as well.
Yeah, really exciting. Those girls have done a great job representing, not only the club but their state, and we're super proud of them. It's also given some opportunity for the young kids to come through and play some high-level cricket for us as well. So it's been a great year. Before
we get to the highlights, how did you manage to lead your team to the top of the ladder, Women's Club Championship, and get married during the cricket season?
It was a tough one. Everyone's told me I'm crazy for getting married in cricket season, but we made it happen. Thanks to COVID, it was delayed a little bit, so it was probably later in the season than what we would have liked. But we got it done and had a good time. So here we are, finals time, and very excited.
And the Blazers got a run in some of the wedding photos too.
The Blazers did get a run, yes. That was a club request. They wanted a photo. So we made it happen, but no, it was a lot of fun.
All right, time to have a look at some highlights now. Let's get into the highlights from the weekend. It's always going to be hard to condense them into a little package on this show because there are so many around the competition. Let's start off with Camberwell and Melbourne Uni here. Now, I loved this one, Crossy. Carlton and Geelong. It was a massive game at Princes Park.
We do love seeing Ev get out, so it's sometimes nice. He doesn't do it very often for that low of a score.
Well, Barvi's firing. She's got them into the finals, Teagan.
Yeah, some great form from Barvi back end of the season. So, good luck to them this weekend.
South Melbourne have been a really... I'd say a surprise package in the men's comp and doing really well, sitting 4th.
You know I love Ringwood, so I'm not sure I want Ian Holland's wicket to be shown much here on this show. But Crossy, we had to get some of your highlights in.
I appreciate that. People who are cutting the videos, it's nice.
Talk us through this one.
This one's crazy.
Unbelievable.
Sweep shot into their head and the celebration. It's that's exactly what you want your bat pad to do. Put the body in their line and take it. It was unlucky, Will Parker.
It was a cracking match at the weekend between Richmond and Essendon. Let's have a look now at the match of the round in women's action. Box Hill v EMP. There was so much on the line in this one. Teagan, Box Hill all out 143. Isabel White 34. Kirsty Gordon 38. And Chloe Rafferty for the Bombers 2 for 24, and then EMP were all out 140. You can always be assured of a great contest between these two teams, and it was the case once again.
Unbelievable. I just can't quite believe this result still. I've watched a fair bit of it from Frogbox, and just what a game, I think. Season on the line, and I think in the chase they were 2 for 117, chasing that 143, and Box Hill managed to bowl them out for 140. So what a game, and always a good contest between those two as well.
How many times have you guys watched the run out?
Oh, about 20 I have.
Yeah, I've watched it 4 or 5 times. I still can't really understand what happened, but I think Lara's had a nice little fumble straight onto the stumps, I think, from all reports. So classic game. I think it just shows that this time of the year the games of cricket are never won, and the finals pressure, which is happening as we see it now. Watch it for
two close ones in a row too for the Bombers, because we had Emma Gallagher here last week following Dandenong's game against the Bombers. So Teagan, they've got some stars, as we know. They've been such a successful club, but they're not going to be part of finals action. Yeah,
to not have the likes of EMP and Dandenong in finals is just phenomenal. After the year that they've had, they've just had great years, and incredible clubs. So just goes to show how tight that race was for the finals going into the semis, and just unreal that two powerhouse clubs won't be there.
So Box Hill won by 3 runs and advanced to the semi-finals and match up against the Demons this weekend. It is time for our player of the round. Well, we've got 2 captains at the desk today, and another one is in the focus as player of the round, Ijaz Alavi, the skipper of Fitzroy Doncaster, 70 not out from 90 balls and 4 for 25 from his 10 overs against Dandenong, and he's become a really established player in this competition, Crossy.
Yeah, he has. Look, he's a tremendous cricketer, and he's a very smart captain as well. So he sort of really holds that team together. He doesn't give you much with the ball, and he's always taking wickets. I think that left, to a lot of the right-handers, the left arm orthodox just hitting the stumps in one-day cricket makes it extremely hard. And you see some of these wickets, he controls his pace beautifully, and for him to get 70 not out as well is just huge. He's a player that they rely on heavily, and he's done it year on year. I guess he took them to the Final Four last year, and he's a serious player, and always one that you want to get away from when you're playing Fitzroy.
Well, we love Woolworths Cricket Blast here on Premier Cricket TV. We'll be back after this.
I bowl, I hit, I catch, that's it. Bowling, smashing with the bat too. Smash. Woolworths Cricket Blast is for the whole crew. I bowl, I hit, I catch, cricket.
Welcome back to Premier Cricket TV. Teagan Parker and Adam Crosthwaite with me at the desk today. Crossy, how is life at the top of the ladder for the Saints?
Life at the top of the ladder is nice. It's good. We've had a really good year. We've had a few interruptions with the team, but when you add state players back in, they're not bad interruptions. So no, the boys are going well, and we're excited to get into finals and to see what can happen.
So you had a lot of representatives play in the BBL, which was fantastic. Some at the last minute, some were contracted. How exciting was that, and how important was it to be able to maintain your winning form at Premier level without them? Yeah,
look, I think having a squad as deep as we do in our first and seconds, our seconds sitting on top of the ladder as well, makes it easy to bring guys in. But yeah, we're super proud of the guys that we've got playing in the Big Bash, guys that were able to be drafted in late in the Big Bash when all the chaos was happening, and guys to go to Todd Murphy goes to Sydney, and Henry Thornton goes to Adelaide, and Jonathan Merlo goes into the Stars, with, I guess, our regular BBL players. So no, we're super happy with that. And Paddy Rowe, a young wicketkeeper, got a gig with the Stars, which was great. So Yeah, look, the guys are playing well, and it's always nice to have them back around the club. And we've got a nice little culture going there, and hopefully we can do some damage in a couple of weeks and come finals. You
got a gig for a day in the BBL as well. Tell us about that.
I did. I got a phone call from the Melbourne Stars, and I thought, I've made a few runs this year. Maybe I was a chance, but they know, can you come in and hit some balls to the boys and give some throwdowns? So, no, that was great to head in and do some coaching with the Melbourne Stars was outstanding, and to watch the way that Glenn Maxwell and the guys went about it was awesome. So, look, they had a tough run, the Stars, but it was, I thought the way that they handled the COVID drama and losing so many players and bringing guys like Rogers, and Rogers came into that game and from Ringwood and got a really good 30 and showed that he's up to the level. So as much as the COVID drama was tough for the Big Bash teams, I think it was great for Premier Cricket and to see these guys like Tommy Rogers getting in and Paddy Rowe getting game, Lockie Bangs going into the Stars squad as well. So yeah, I think it was outstanding and showed that Premier Cricket still has a really big place in pushing forward these first-class cricketers.
So aside from your 500-run season today, you call up for the Melbourne Stars, you've also been running a wicket-keeping masterclass in Premier Cricket. What's that all about? Yeah, we have. We've been just trying to get the best wicket-keepers around the state and get them working together. We know that wicket-keepers often get forgotten about at training and the last to sort of have anywhere to go and train. So, yeah, with Cricket Victoria, we've been able to put a masterclass together to bring keepers from all different sides and across the state into the junction and really start giving them some points and tips. And yeah, with Dylan Kite running that and myself sort of trying to hit some balls, but it's going really well, and there's some really good talented wicket keepers both in the men's side and the women's side of the competitions. Who's the best men's and women's keeper in Premier Cricket? It's pretty tough with Teagan sitting right here. Probably you two. That's what you're going to say, isn't it? I've given the gloves up a long time ago, but look, there's some really good wicket keepers in the men's side that are all sort of pushing for that. Who's going to be the next one, sort of behind Sammy Harper, I think. So I think Sammy's brother's a very good little option. Paddy Rowe, obviously at St Kilda's, been playing in the second 11. Edwards from Richmond obviously won the Ryder last year. So we've got a few that are there and thereabouts. It's just trying to make that step up. And we've seen Lara Shannon obviously take a really good run out to win to get her team into the finals, whether it was good or not. But she's a great little keeper, and yeah, with Teagan and Nicole now captaining Victoria, it's exciting from the wicket keeping point of view around Victoria. The depth is strong, that's for sure. Let's move on now and have a look at our top knocks from the weekend. We're going to start with the superstar that is Kimmy G. A little bit disappointed not to have her in finals action, Teagan, but a massive knock against you guys at the weekend.
Yeah, she played really well. It's actually one of the most composed innings I've seen Kimmy G play. She was very patient and built her innings really nicely, and it was exactly what they needed at the time.
So 73 off 126 against Melbourne, and then Amy Vine, the star from the Albert Ground, 73 off 130, and she's in some nice touch heading into finals.
She is. She's had an outstanding year. I think, I don't know how many years she's had over 500 runs, but she'd be racking up the tally now. But yeah, hitting the ball really well. Great to see.
Did you put this whole list together? Another Melbourne player, Blake Thompson from the D's, a century, an unbeaten one for him. Crossy, he is a star of the competition, and we saw him dominate for Melbourne in, it'd be nearly 10 years ago, a grand final win, but he is a star with the bat. Yeah, he is, and he's going to be a really dangerous player coming into the back end of the season, and young Callaway there obviously making a lot of runs with him makes Melbourne, as we see him scamper through for 100, that's always nice. But look, he's a serious player, he's a dangerous player, and one that no doubt is going to make some runs come finals. Let's have a look at the top run scorers in the competitions now. We are going to start with the women, and Barbie is at the top of the table, followed by Amy Vine and Una Raymond Hoey. So good to have some Rams up there, but this is a very compelling list, Teagan Parker.
It is, and a lot of players in there will be contending finals come this weekend, so it's really good to see. There's some youngsters in there too coming through. Olivia Henry's had a great year, Ella Hayward obviously for the D's too, so yeah, great to see.
Looking forward to their impact in the finals over the next couple of weeks. Let's take a look now at the top 10 run scorers for the men's competition. Tom Rogers, Crossy touched on him before, he is at the top, followed by Hayden Butterworth, Harrison Smythe and Jack Harper, and we can see you down there as well, Crossy. So good to be having another summer. Another good summer.
Keep blocking them, but look, I think look, young Chandra Singh is a great little player. I think Jack Layla as well at Northcote's a serious cricketer, but as you can see, there's I think Tommy Rogers having the year that he has, he's really putting his hand up to get a contract and to play at the next level, because he's to be 200 runs or so in front of the next player is a serious effort.
Let's get into our best bowling performances from the weekend. Zoe Griffiths, she is always up there, 3 for 24 from 10 against EMP. She's going to be a big threat with the ball this weekend, Teags.
Absolutely, and can bowl left or right arm, so we'll see what she pulls out this weekend. But yeah, she's taken wickets for fun for the last couple of years, so she'll be a danger, that's for sure.
We saw Jack Layla before in action for Northcote, 4 for 23 against Casey South Melbourne. He's having another great summer, Crossy.
Yeah, he is. We just touched on him with the bat, and now with the ball, he's a really good prospect.
Bomber Hannah Rook makes her way in with 3 for 8 from just 3 overs against Box Hill. James Nanopoulos, well, we know the kind of player and impact he is and can have 4 for 20 from 10 against Kingston Hawthorn. And then Max Berthiel from Footscray, 4 for 19 off 8.2 overs. So some great performances with the ball in there. Let's take a look at the top wicket takers for the season. We'll start with the women's. Isabel White up there for Box Hill, and a demon as well, Teags.
Yeah, Young has. She's played a lot of second 11 last year, won best second 11 player of the comp, and has fitted in nicely at first 11 level, so great to see her up there.
Huge effort to come into the ones this season and bring that form in and replicate that.
Massive. So she took a bucket load of wickets maybe 3 years ago, bowling off spin, then decided in the off season she was going to start bowling leggy. So she's only bowled them for a couple of years, and she's taking poles for fun at the moment. So yeah, fitted in nicely.
Hopefully many for her and the D's this weekend. Let's take a look now at the top 10 wicket takers for the men's competition. Always good to see a spinner up there, or a few at the top, Crossy. This is a pretty great list of talent as well.
Yeah, it really is, and I think you've got some really good spinners there, and I think, the top two being some wrist spinners, which is nice to see. In one-day cricket, we've seen how tough wrist spin can be to play, so it's nice to see the boys up the top and, getting some recognition.
Let's take a look at our fixture spotlight for this weekend. We're going to start with the women, of course. It is finals time, and Teagan Parker and her Demons will be in the thick of it. Not just in the first 11, but you've got grand finals in the second and third as well. So that is so exciting for your club.
Yeah, very much so. Super stoked. Just so happy for the 2s and 3s to get rewarded with some grand finals appearances this weekend. So yeah, can't wait.
So Carlton and Ringwood, remarkable stories, just their 4th season in the comp. They're through to the finals, and one of them is going to play in the decider.
Unbelievable, and deservedly so. They've both had outstanding years, and Ringwood, particularly towards the back end of the year, have stormed home. So I think they've had 3 bonus point wins in a row to get them where they are. So yeah, outstanding effort, and Carlton's had a great year too. They've got some girls making big runs. So it should be a good game. Well,
it's going to be a fascinating grand final regardless, because there's going to be the experience of either a Melbourne or Box Hill and one of these up-and-comers in women's Premier First 11 cricket. But we've got to get through the semis first.
Absolutely. I think the granny, no matter who makes it, it's going to be a great contest. I think one team's going to have nothing to lose. They haven't been there before, and the others had some experience in finals, so it's going to be a great contest no matter who gets through there.
Let's have a look at the men's fixtures for the weekend. It is the penultimate round of the home and away season, and Crossy, there's some absolute crackers in here. We'll start with Geelong and Melbourne.
Yeah, look, I think this one's going to shape up what happens at the back end of the top 8. I think if Geelong can get up, they had a great win against Carlton. They've got a huge run home, but if they can get up against Melbourne, that really sort of starts to shape the bottom side of the bottom part of the 8.
Carlton coming off a defeat to Geelong at home last week. They take on Footscray.
Yeah, and again, this one's going to be huge, and I think Footscray are such a good side, but we know how strong Carlton are, and they're going to be bouncing back heading into finals. There's going to be some cracking games, this weekend.
And Northcote and Uni, how do you see that one shaping up?
Yeah, again, same implications for the bottom half of the 8. So, look, that's 50-50 in my eyes. I think they're both really good sides and some really good players stepping up at the right time of the year, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens come this side of this side of Christmas break, and see what happens from a finals perspective.
Saints have got Dandenong this weekend. They won't be part of finals action, but gee, they've still got some very experienced and sensational players in that lineup.
Yeah, look, Dandenong have been a great club for a long time, and we're not taking them lightly, that's for sure. We're trying to hit finals playing the best cricket we can. So we're looking forward to it, and yeah, can't wait. I think there's a battle of the Newman brothers on Saturday, which we're really looking forward to.
Well, just on that, Ed's been a terrific pickup for you guys this year.
He has. Ed Newman's a fantastic cricketer, and he's fit into our group extremely well. He's a future captain. It's probably not a bad thing to say. He's the best fielder in the competition, and his batting's coming along really well. And from what we've seen from his younger brother getting 50 last week in his second game, I think it was, so he looks like a serious cricketer as well at Dandenong.
Yeah, some talent in that family. And Teagan, good luck to you in finals this weekend. It is a big weekend for the Melbourne Cricket Club. What's the excitement like down at the Albert Ground?
Yeah, thanks, Megan. Firstly, it's super exciting. I think we're all trying to play it a little safe, trying to avoid COVID as much as we can at the moment. But yeah, no, it's a great vibe amongst the group, and we're super stoked to have all three sides playing a final this weekend.
Yeah, it's so exciting. Well, we love captains, we love wicket keepers. We've had two of the best at the desk today. Thanks for joining us, guys. Good luck, Teagan, this weekend. Crossy, good luck for your penultimate round of the home and away season. Thank you for joining us on Premier Cricket TV. Plenty of action ahead this weekend. We'll have all that and more next week. We'll see you then.